Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Yesterday we used our modeling paste and stencils to create like almost a mixed media effect to our cards. We did some on paper. We did one in the page of our scrap journal. But today, now that we've let these dry for a while, we're going to come back and color them. Now, there are several different things we can use to color our pieces here. I tried different things and it sort of made a mess on that one. So I'm kind of like to see if I can't do something that's not a total loss. I tried without you. It's probably why. But we're going to try one. Now, I did start getting some pink on here. And it's not ink. I did not use ink on this one. Let me show you what I used. And I know quite a few of us have this around. Old makeup that we're not using anymore, or we bought, like this I got for Halloween. I've got dry eyeshadow, I've got cream eyeshadow, I've got the sticks, and I got the shimmer powder eyeshadow. These I didn't buy to wear. These I actually bought to make shimmer sprays with. But it was, and I got all different colors. But anyway, this is what we're going to try to use with maybe some ink too. So let's set this out of the way because the box is really too big. So what I did on this one was I simply figure out how to open these again. I simply took a makeup sponge and dabbed it in to get a little bit of color on it. Now, what you may need to do, and I found this out the hard way, is to keep a paper towel handy to make sure you don't have, gobs of it on there. And I'm just going to add a touch more color around here. And if you just rub it across, it gives you a little bit of color to it. Ooh, I'm getting that blue on my hands. That blue was a mistake on that one. And then make sure I've got a clean finger here. And then I'm just going to come in and rub it around. Anyway, let me go with this hand because this other one's got a bunch of blue on it. And all that did was sort of make it come out a little bit more. Now, I'm going to try something else here. Years ago, I was trying to do the shimmer sprays. And they worked for a while, but a lot of the little spray bottles that we were using would get clogged. So I tried doing, the metallic rub-on paste that we get. I tried making my own with the same colors, which are these colors. And as you can tell, it didn't work a whole lot, but I mean, they're really soft. This one I think is beeswax, a little bit of baby oil with the shimmer. And while it will get around the outside pretty good, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to go around the area. And it gives a bit of a shimmer to the paper. But you see how it makes those sort of pop out a bit more? Or it goes around the outline of the flowers pretty good. But it still is almost a waxy finish to it. But it does have a little bit of a gold shimmer to it, which isn't too bad. The other one here turned out really, really bad. I failed at making these. This one is, again, I started with beeswax, but I think I added cocoa butter to this one. And I mean, this is really, really almost liquid. But it gives us that shimmer that we're looking for. And it does give sort of an oily texture to the page, but it does dry. Because that is what I used all around here on this one, and this one is now dry. So that worked out pretty good. And then you've got your hands that are terribly, terribly with pigment all over them. I'm almost down to that last baby wipe in that package. So when I pull one out, they all come out. See if I can get some of this cleaned up off my fingers. All right, set you over there. Now, what I want to do next, I want to try and go around the outside. So what else do I have that I can use? Or maybe, wait a minute. I got an idea. This is also an eyeshadow, but it's a stick. And it's a cream stick. And I'm just going to dab it down here in this corner and come in and rub it. And that gives more of a shimmer, you know, that little gold shimmer to the page. So, but you do have to rub it, you know, sort of spread it. But there's that. I'm not sure how this is showing up, but it doesn't look too bad from the side. So that's a good one. Close that up before I end up sticking my finger in it. What else do I have in here that I can use? But I want something to go right around the edge. Lipstick. A lot of us have lipstick. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to touch it at different places around here. And then come back in. And just take my finger and rub it. Yes, it's going to make your fingers get all yucky. See if I get smooth down there around the edge. That's not bad. I said, this is something we're learning together. And then just smooth it down. So, although you do have to watch out how much you get on your finger. And I've noticed with a shimmer lipstick, you get sort of that shimmer effect along the edge. That's not too bad. I wonder how that would do on our flowers. See, we're learning this together. I'm just going to put a very tiny amount. Oops, I did not touch the flower. I touched the page. But I can come right in here and almost rub that out. Okay. This is working. There. What do you think? I mean, we've got the pink, the red lipstick around this way. We've just got the flower here. I haven't done anything along the outside here. But I had a piece of the pink come down there. That seems to be working pretty good. It's not as, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, but I've got all this makeup set aside. I just threw it in a box. Because, it's like Pam at the Paper Outpost says, everything's a craft supply until proven otherwise. So, I'm not going to do the other edges. I'm just going to leave those like they are. So there's two. The one I did before without you and the one I've done here with you. That's not bad. I can definitely include those in my stash. Now I want to fix this one. And I'm not quite sure what I need to do. I think I need to go back to one of these colors. I think let's try this one. But what I have is, I also picked up some little makeup brushes at the Dollar Tree. This one is, see, I still have the package. This one is an angled liner brush. And then I also got a small eyeshadow brush. So, let's see how these work with getting the color just on the area that's raised. Well, that doesn't look like it's doing much of anything. Trying to get it just on there, but nope, that's not going to work. So we'll try something else. Let's go back to our sponge with our red. Although this may be a lost cause, this one here. I hate to think of, of it being that way. Some things work, some things don't. Sometimes we're just going to say, well, we tried. Although that is a bit dark around everywhere else where the blue was, or the black, or whatever. But it is lightening that part up. So that's not too bad. It's not what I was wanting to do, but it's working. It's getting rid of the background. So I'm going to let this sit and still decide what I'm going to do with it. We do have this one here that has it on the paper itself. So now I want to go back to our old conventional dauber. Let's see how this works. I mean, it is getting the paper underneath too. It's not doing much to the raised part. It's not bringing it out very well. So that may be a... But what if I brought a clean one out and thought maybe we could do something. Where is... Do I want this color? Yeah, we'll go with this color. I've had it out. Let's try some of this down here. Put some of this on the dauber, just like that. And just rub it over. I'm not pushing down enough to get it onto the paper, I hope. Although it'll probably end up going there anyway. At least get around the edges here of it. And it takes a little bit. But that's not too bad. I can see that part now. So that's not too bad. Then we can still come in, I don't want to use that one, with our regular ink and ink the edges. We could do it that way. Or, you know what? What if we come in with a little bit of the red? And go just around the edges here in red. Red's not a color I use usually, but you know, we're trying something new. And I'm just going along the edge. I'm not going this way, I'm going this way. And we're down here to this little torn area. I use the rest of what I have on my finger along that rough edge. Now, ooh, look how nasty my hands are. So that didn't turn out too bad. I mean, it's definitely something we can play with. So, and I am loving working with the red. I wonder if we can, I mean, if I try it here and it doesn't work out, you know, not to bother. But if it does work out, you can say, you know, hey, we did this. Yes, that worked. Oh, yes. That did pretty good. And all I'm doing is just rubbing it across the top. And you may not be able to see it on there, but it did come through pretty good. I'm going to come back here. I'm turning my dauber around. And I'll come back into some of that yellow there. See if that will highlight it a bit more. So we've got just a hint of it there. I'm not sure how good this is showing up. So, but you know, it's something we can try. We've got this laying around. Why not? Why not? Why not? Definitely, I'm going to get rid of that because every time I turn around, I'm hitting that. What if we have a totally different color? We have pastels. I used to be into so many different colors of eyeshadow that it's not even funny. I don't think I want to use that. Let's try a Q-tip this time. See how that will, we're going to go into the purple. Maybe that will work better getting this on here. Oh, yeah, but it you see the powder everywhere. And it does bring a little bit of color in. Not my favorite thing to use, because it is kind of rough. Let's try this one. This is that angle brush. And just try painting it down there. Because these lines are a bit wider. Brush it up there on those. And that did some a little better. Still not much where you can see it, but it's there. All right, so these work. Although I think they work more. I think the ink does better on these than the makeup. So what I want to do is I'm going to set these aside, I'm going to go with a blank one. Because basically, I want to see how far these pigments, we can use them as regular colors. All right, this is the red lipstick. Just going around there. And it does give a pink hue to it. I kind of like that. All right, let's go into where we were going with the sort of bronzy colors on this side. And then we're going to take, because a lot of us use the darker colors. And that definitely, because it's sort of an orangey bronze. And I'm doing it on that half of the dauber there. And that does good. I think it does better for distressing than it does actually dyeing the stuff we were using, the modeling paste. Now, I've got both of these together. Just rub it there in the middle. And that does give us some color. And I like the way that looks around the edges. And it feels smooth. Probably because it's a cream, but it does. It gives it a smooth texture, just a shimmer to it. Definitely going to have to start using these more. Do like that better that way than doing them this way. I mean, this one's already ruined. It can't get much worse, right? I'm really going to do it. Come in all the way around here. If I do that, I'm wondering, what did I do with? You know what I'm going to do. Go around the edge with the red too. Although I must say the color doesn't last very long like regular inks would. You do have to reapply your color to your sponge. Not the best job, but I can live with that. I can find some place to use that. Even if I just make it into a tag. We'll see. Maybe in another video or two when I'm working on something else, it'll inspire me to do something with that. But back to these. We have the red on here as it is. Now that worked good on that one. Look at that. That actually worked pretty good on that one. So we know we can color this with our makeup. We can color it with our inks, such as this. And this one here is really, really thin on the paper. And I notice if I do it with, like this is walnut stain, it sort of fades away to where you can't see it. So I'm going to try coming in here, putting more ink on the sponge just to try to get the outline there. And there is that. Not really sure. I like that, but like I said, we're practicing, we're trying things out. Seeing what we can use to color these. Wonder if I come back in with the red. I wish the cameras were a bit better. Now that looks better with the red on it afterwards. Although my flower is sort of a little faded, but you know, these are scrap pieces that I decided to try on to sort of practice with, see where we can go with this, how we can use this. You know, it's another medium, another way of using pigments. Like I said before, these are not archival. They will fade over time. Some will, some won't. Depends on, you know, on what you're using. So, we did these here so far, and then we've seen that it's better used, especially the makeup part, as edgings and almost giving a shimmer to the page. So now I have to decide. I'll get the other ones up here that we've done. That's the first one. There's the other one I did there. Now I have to decide the big, what do they call it, the $64 question, is what am I going to use on this? Because this is our scrap journal. You know, this is where we put all of our scrap pages. And I think all I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here first with the red, because I do tend to like that. And it's not too bad. But I do want some more color to that. And I thought, where did it go? I had the little pencil here. I've lost, oh, sitting right in front of me. And I'm going to take this on my finger and then just lightly hit all the little raised parts. I notice you do have to rub this kind of hard against your finger. Okay, see, where are we going with this? Would I use these all the time? No. Would I pull them out here and there? Yes. But one thing I have found out, and I hope you found out too, is that if we run out of a supply, if we run out of the metallic rub, if we run out of an ink or whatever, we can use these to fall back on. If we want a certain color and we do not have it in ink and we have it in these, then we've still got something we can use. This stuff is not, let me move this out of my way right quick. One thing I've had, makeup does not want to come off of your hands. It does not. It is not the best feeling. But, and this part I do know. This is the cleaner I made. I showed it to you in the last couple of videos. I'm going to spray this on my fingers. And then wipe them off. Yeah, there's still a lot of color on my hands, even after cleaning them with a baby wipe. I don't know if you can see that, but that still is, that's a lot coming off. And now my hands don't feel that yucky feeling from the makeup. And all this is water with a little bit of glycerin and a little bit of baby shampoo in it. Just a few drops. That works great. So, at least our section is clean. But I had all these, and I pulled them out the other day. Basically because I was looking for watercolor pigment, which are these. And I still haven't figured out how to use these, so that may be an upcoming. But all of these were in a box in the closet marked pigments. Because it's basically what they are. They're all pigments. But these are supplies that we can use. And yes, some things worked today on video, some things didn't. But it gives us an idea of where we can go with it. So am I going to keep these? Definitely. I will pull these out from time to time when I need, certain colors or whatever. But, I did this so that you wouldn't have to. So that you could see exactly what can be done with what we have. So, I know. I'd rather do it on here than have y'all do it, and then it totally messes up, and you come back, Shelby, but you said, yeah, well, I should, and no, this video is not edited. What you've seen here really happened. I don't edit my videos. I don't have the program to do it. I don't know how to do it. Right now, I don't want to learn to do it. At my age, there's some things you don't want to know. So, and I use my iPhone, to make my videos with. Y'all have seen my catastrophes with using cameras. But yeah, unedited. You've seen the worst. You've seen what can happen, what can't happen, what works, what doesn't work. And some things are a failure. Some things work out great. That, even though it's very light to see, it's not like it was when it was white, and you can certainly leave it white. It gives that special touch to it. And I like that. So I'm going to give that time. I mean, it's not coming off. I thought it would come off, but it's not. So, but I'm going to give it a little bit more time to dry before I close up my book. And then move on to something else. So if you've enjoyed what I've shared with you today, the success and failures, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, because you never know what we're going to be doing here on the Dragon's Den. So until then, bye guys.